Hello there folks, we're going to learn about some coins. I hope you'll stay with me as we learn about these. This is a coin thing. Hi, welcome back. Right, yes, thank you for joining me on my learning journey as we look into the world of coins and banknotes, I suppose, from around the world. This time I'll be looking, I'm not sure if we're going to look at this one today, this note, but I've picked out 3 coins, one from Cyprus, one from Czech Republic and Jamaica. Alright, so we're going to start with Cyprus. I'm going to be using Numista and Bing for the to learn the information. Back in a sec. Right, so this is the 2004 10 cents from Cyprus. We'll have a look under the scope at some of the details. There's quite a lot I've just pulled off this coin. So yeah, let's get right into it. Right, so around the edge there, sorry, budgies in the background. Let's have a look at the scope so you can see this writing here. So around the edge of the coin we have the word Cyprus, and that says Cyprus in Greek, and that's Kibris, which is Cyprus in Turkish, I believe. So we've got Cyprus 3 times around the edge, and in the centre we have the Cypriot coat of arms, which is a dove with an olive twig in his beak and laurel branches either side. And if you see that, 1960 at the bottom of the dove, and that represents the year of independence from British rule. Now the 2 laurel branches either side, they represent the 2 ethnic groups of Cyprus, the Greeks and the Turks, and the dove is a symbol of peace between the 2. It's interesting. Another interesting fact, I was born in Cyprus, 1979, in Akrotiri. There we are. Right, on the other side we have the denomination 10, and you'll see it in a second better, but in the middle there we've got a modern clay vase, which is from a village called Fini. It's decorated with flowers and 2 singing birds. So let's see if you can see that. There's the 10. There's the singing birds. There's a flower on top of a clay vase. It's a bit hard to see because it's too big for the scope really. Right, so Fini village is where this clay pot vase comes from. It's set in the Troodos mountains and it produces a lot of pottery. Quite a lot of pottery actually, which is probably where they associated this clay vase on the coin from. Also, if you're planning on visiting Fini village in Cyprus, there is also a pottery workshop for tourists. So there we are. If you want to go spend the day as a grockle, or be a grockle in Cyprus, get yourself over to the Fini village and make yourself a vase. Awesome. Right, this next coin is, the 1993 50 korun from the Czech Republic. And on the front there we'll have a look in the scope in a sec. We have it's a bimetallic coin, and the outer brown edge there is made out of copper, and the centerpiece is made out of brass plated steel. So we've got a crowned Czech lion in the center, like pointing left, waving his arms, going rah, probably. Sorry. Okay, let's look under the scope. So around the edge we have Seska, Republica, which is Czech Republic. There's the crowned lion. Claws. There's the date, and there's the mint mark. That mint mark there is from Hamburg in Germany. I like these coins, the way they go over into the copper bit there, or into the outer ring. It's quite clever, that. Well, I think it is anyway. So on the other side, we have, again, two things to look at. Let's look at the scope, look at the writing around the edge. Okay, look, it's easier if I just say it. It basically says Praga Mater Urbium, which is Prague, mother of towns. So there we are. And in the centre there, we've got well-known places to visit in Prague, including that one there, the Karlov Most, or the Charles Bridge, and St. Vitus Cathedral. I don't know about the other places, so if you've ever been to Prague, then you might know what these places are. Obviously this coin doesn't do it justice, because there's so much to do and see in Prague. And right there, I don't know if you can see that just there, LK, that's the engraver's mark. So apart from the image in this coin, the engraver wasn't very successful. His name was Ladislav Kozak. He died in 2007. He was a Czech artist who created many art pieces, but he only ever sold one in his lifetime. And it only made just over 4,000 today pounds. So it's quite sad, really. It has been sold to a private collector recently in 2017, apparently. I don't know if you can see that on the screen here. It's just basically some legs on some sticks. Yeah, someone bought it anyway. So yeah, there we have it. That is the 1993 50 korun from the Czech Republic. Right, there's a slight change. I was looking at this coin here, the $5 from Jamaica, but I've already covered that in one of my previous coin thing episodes, one of my older ones. So I'm going to choose this coin instead. It's the florin from New Zealand. So just letting you know, slight change, and I'll go and find some info, and I'll be back in a mo. Right then, after the change, this is the 1948 florin from New Zealand. It's made out of copper nickel, and it's made by the Royal Mint. So on the back here we have an uncrowned portrait of King George VI, who's looking left, and his name King George VI around the edge. So if you look under the scope, there's George himself. Right under his neck you see the letters HP. We'll get to that in a minute. That's the engraver's mark. So King George VI, he was known as the Reluctant King. He suddenly became king following the abdication of his brother King Edward VIII in 1936. There is actually an unknown amount of coins remaining from King Edward VIII, due to the Royal Mint destroying them all very shortly after, because he didn't stay king for long. It's like 400 days or something. So yeah, so if anyone has any Edward VIII coins, there's a good chance they might be fake. I'm not saying they are, they might be, we just don't know. And also I can't get any, so if anyone has any that they can spare, please get in touch. I'd love to have some, if you wouldn't mind donating some to the cause. Anyway, so George VI, he was actually the first ever monarch to visit the USA. He also remained in Buckingham Palace during the war, during the Blitz. The palace was actually the palace actually bombed 9 times throughout the Blitz. And he spent his time working alongside Winston Churchill, which is our Prime Minister at the time, and he also was supporting the families and the victims of the bombed out London. He used to walk around or get driven around and just help out where he could. What a guy. The engraver, as I said, there's the engraver's mark, HP. He was responsible for the image of King George VI that you saw there. His name is Thomas Humphrey Paget. He was an English medal and coin designer. He started to work with the Royal Mint in 1936, after the ascension of King Edward VIII. Okay, so on the other side, have of course the Kiwi. So we have at the top there, New Zealand. Underneath we have 1 florin and the dates 1948. This one is made out of copper nickel, and there's of course the Kiwi. It's a little bit worn, but you can see what it is. The Kiwi bird is known as a flightless land bird. It's native to New Zealand and is about the size of a small chicken. Actually, there's currently a program going on to try and help prevent the extinction of these birds. So all credits to those people trying to help them do just that, because it would be an awful shame to see them disappear. This Kiwi portrait was designed by an artist called George Kruger Gray, who's an English artist. He mainly designed coins and some stained glass windows for cathedrals. Right, there we have it, folks. I'm not going to go into the notes today, I'll do that on another edition. So we're just stuck with the 3 coins. Tons of information come from these coins. I hope you've learned something as well as I have today. And please join me on my next learning journey. Until then, I shall see you on the next.